Hi guys, it's Sarah from Plan Sarah Plan, and today I'm going to be doing a pen test on the NiArt dot marker set. So this is an off-brand. The craze right now is over the Zig Clean Color Dot markers. I happened to find these on Amazon, so I ordered them because they are a lot less expensive. Now, maybe this was a waste of money. We will find out. But one of the things I noticed right away, they look great, but you can see that there is a little bit of ink spilled up here in the lids during shipping. So I've got a tissue that I will just wipe that stuff off before we do a pen test. Okay, so I just pretty much clean them up. This is a dual tip configuration. So on one side, you will have kind of like the bold tip side of a mild liner. It's very similar to that. So if I take out a mild liner, see, it's very similar to that. And on the other side, you get the dot thing. So look at how this looks. Isn't that interesting? That's how you make the dot. So we're just going to start, this was the pen on the left, so we're just going to start with this. And I'm going to see how you do this. Yeah, that makes a good dot. Yeah, makes a nice dot. It feels nice and inky, or it seems nice and inky. And that color seems true to what the outside would make you think. This one's a red, makes a really nice dot. I don't know if there's a technique that you're supposed to use with these, but I'm just going kind of straight down. And it's working fine so far. They're so inky that I'm curious about the bleed through that we might be getting. Should we look or wait until the end of it? Let's wait, let's wait. Let's don't spoil our fun just in case they do bleed through. Okay. Lime green. Actually, it comes out more Kelly green than lime green. The outside's lime. This one looks like a dark turquoise. Comes out as a very, very dark turquoise, almost like a, I don't know, it might be a forest green. It's a pretty color. And then this one is just slightly greener. It has a little bit of a mint look. Oh, that's nice. And then this one looks kind of cornflower or periwinkle. It's very dark, very dark. And then this one looks lavender or lilac. And that's what it is. And then the last one looks gray. That's pretty much black. I don't think that's gray, I think that's black. Okay, so let's take a look at the back and see if we had bleed through. Sort of, yeah. I would say we did have a little bit of bleed through. Not any on the yellow. There's some shadowing on the yellow. And then this one here, this kind of periwinkle one, that was the purpley one. That one doesn't show through very much. Surprisingly, the black didn't either. I think I pushed pretty hard, so let's go through here and do this again. I'll go on time lapse, and I'm just going to use a lighter touch this time. So when you push lighter, your bullet point or your little circle is smaller, and that's okay with me, but to get that big dot, you do push a little bit harder. So let's see. Here is the lighter section. It's a little bit better here on the darkest colors, and so you're going to get some shadowing. This is not shadow free. Not shadow free. So let's do this. Let's also go through and just write with the other side and see what we get. Okay, so those didn't line up since I only did one line of each color, but I used all of the same colors, and let's see what it looks like. A lot less actually, a lot less shadowing here. Now I should mention this is Erin Condren planner paper, notebook paper, and it's thicker than most. So you might actually have more bleed through on a thinner paper. I'm not positive. But this is on the paper that I plan to use it with. There is definitely shadowing. I was thinking there would be more since I had this constant pushing on the paper to write out finer tip, but it's not worse, it's actually better when you use that finer tip side. So as far as like making bullet points in my planner, I would be a little bit afraid to do it with a large size dot because of the increased bleed through. The colors that worked the best were the yellow and the purple. This aqua or mint color that's my favorite is not bad. I could use that, but it does have some shadowing. And this, I love this kind of melon color up here. So let's check that again. That one's not bad either. Possibly the light pink, but it's pretty inky. So let's just test those 5, I think, colors, and I'm going to press lightly. Let's see how that did. Here they are, right here. So the melon one did bleed through a little, and that's my absolute favorite. It bled through just a little bit. It's not terrible, but you know, keep that in mind if you're gonna try this brand for your Erin Condren Life Planner. Just for kicks, let's get out the Moxie Life and try it on that paper. Okay, so I'm gonna find a notes page here, this one that I haven't used before, and let's just go through all of them again, and I'll go on time lapse. Okay, so definitely with this surface, which is less textured than an Erin Condren surface on their paper, the dot looks a little bit different. You almost get like a little center point on a less porous paper like this one. But let's take a look and see. You know what? You have less shadowing. I think this works actually better in the Moxie Life than in the Erin Condren. I think that this just must be a little bit less porous than the Mohawk paper that's in the Erin Condren. So it works well in the Moxie Life. Let's take like the darkest one here and just write. See how that looks. Nope, you don't really see it. So I would say if you are using a Moxie Life, these, let's call them budget dot markers, would work well. It's a great option for you. Now, I haven't really tried the actual Zig Color Dot markers, so I can't compare those. And I haven't watched any reviews of those either. So I'll just kind of nose around on YouTube and see what I can find out. I don't know if it's a universal thing that the inky side with the big kind of bulbous top there where you make your dot is always going to be inky and will always possibly bleed through. Not sure. The price as of today on Amazon, this is what I paid. It's $9.99, which is 23% lower than what they have as their list price of $12.99. And that is for a set of 12 markers. So now let's look at the Zig alternative. Okay, so I don't know if this is the only pack of 12 that you can get, but on Amazon, this was the first pack that came up. $27.41 for a pack of 12. And as far as I can tell, it's the same sort of pen, but the ink could possibly be superior in this one. It may be that you don't get any shadowing or bleeding through with the Kuretake Zig. But they are quite a bit more expensive. So I thought it was wise to at least test drive these to see if they were a feasible alternative for some of us who just don't want to spend a whole lot more money. You can also get like boxes of 6. Here's a set that is $12.60 for some dark colored markers. And you can get pastels. This one is like a set of 4, it looks like. And that's $8.49. So I may actually get this smaller set just to test similar colors, because it looks like this has some similar colors to what I just tested. And I could determine maybe on a small scale if the Zig is actually superior. Here's one more close-up look at what that dot tip looks like. And you just push down lightly and it makes a perfect circle or bullet point. And this is the finer tip end. I mean, it's a fine looking marker. It feels good. There, like I said, was some ink spillage here in the packaging. Not out in this part, but just inside of the lid that I cleaned out with a tissue. It came with this safety label on it, which I tried to peel off ahead of time, and it's just really stuck on there good. So I will spend some time getting that goop off so that I can actually see what the art looks like there on this marker. This is the NiArt dot marker set, 12-pack dual tip dot marker. And I happened to see another dot marker on there also, which is another off-brand. That was a very similar price. So if any of you have tried that one, chime in the comments and let me know. And if you have some of the Zig color dot markers and you have some similar colors and you've used them on Erin Condren paper, let me know what your experience is in terms of bleed through. Put it in the comments so that the other viewers can see that as well. You know, you're making a big investment when you buy those Zig markers, so we kind of want to know what we're getting ahead of time, right? Okay, so thank you for watching. I hope that this answered some questions. If you were curious about these, let me know in the comments if you have any more questions. Thanks. Bye.